In this video, I'll be showing you how to create a single post template using Jet Engine and Elementor. Now, if I go to Zillow, this is the properties page. I just did a search for properties in a certain area. And these are thumbnails or snippets. So if I click on one of these properties, let's say this one, you can see this is what it shows me. And you have this image slider here. We're not going to do this. This particular one is done using CSS where it slides on its own. But what I want to show you is that we have these pictures here. We have some information. This is probably the name of the realtor. I think this is the realtor's name here. And then this is the name of his company. Homes are also realty. And then you have the price, you have the location, and all of this information here. So we want to create the same single post template for the post type which we created here. Now, before we go ahead with this, I think I'm just going to get the information, the pictures for this particular one, and we are going to use them for educational purposes only. So having gotten all those pictures, one thing I'll do now is that I'm going to add another field here. After nearby amenities, I'm going to see location. And this is going to be a text field. I already have location here. Oh, okay, I already had location. I'm going to delete this. This and I'll update. So for us to build the single post template, we simply need to come to Elementor, come to templates, go to Sift templates, and even use the theme builder. But I always prefer to use this section. I really prefer this to the theme builder. Anyway, it takes you to the same place. And then I'm going to click on Add New Template. And then I want this to be a single post. I want it to be a single post. And then I want to name it, let's say, House Single Property Single Post. Property Single Post. And we can click on Create Template. But now we'll go ahead with this. There's no point going ahead with this because it's not able to call any data. So we need to first of all populate our post with some actual data. So I want to go back to my post types. Do you see here? Where is it? Properties. We don't have any. Oh, did we? Oh, okay. We added this yesterday. We added this our last tutorial. We added this. I think when it comes to an area at the level of the location, I need to change this. I'll copy this location here. Then I'm going to add it here. I'll paste that there. And you're going to see what we'll do with it later on. And then I'll just update. I could also add another one, add a new one, and I'll use this here. Going to be called whatever. I'll use the name as the location as the name, and then still as the location. I'll paste this here, paste this here. I'll just say mansion at 31 Avenue. In the location there, if there is any description, I could pick it from here. Welcome to 211. I'll copy this from here. I want to add it here. Then the location, I'll pick it from here. Paste it here. I'll just correct this mansion. Paste that there. For the gallery, I'm going to go to my computer. So you can see I'm uploading all of these pictures here. These are the gallery pictures, but I want to choose one of them to be the cover picture, which is this. And I'll also use it to be the featured image, this particular one. Then Number of rooms, let's say it has 5 bedrooms. Number of toilets, it has 6 toilets. Number of kitchens, it has two. And then I want to select all of these. It has all of these. So these are the glossary items. Those items we added on the glossary. Here they are. Does it have alarm security? Yes, it does. And then I'm going to click on publish, and it is published. And as usually, we'll try to view this on the front end. This is the only thing we see. I want to create single post template. So here we are. I'll click on skip. I'll just publish this, and then, oh, you know what? I'll just save as draft. Save as there's nothing there, so I can't save as draft. Let me just add something like an image. Then I can now save as draft. I want to reload this. Now it's reloaded. First thing I want to do is I want to come to page single post settings. I want to come here. I want to name this property single post. Yes, that's it. Layout should be Elementor full width. And then we want to come to preview settings. Now we want to select the post type, which is property. And then for property, we want to choose one particular property. Let's say if we say MAN, it brings up mansion. Then we can click on apply and preview. So now we may not be able to publish it yet. I don't want to publish it yet. We can go ahead now and do some more work here. Now, the reason you see all of this is because I'm using the Canva Elementor theme, which, it gives you this breadcrumb here, but we can disable that on the back end. What we can do now is that I want to come here. I'll just delete this and start from scratch. First thing I want to do is I want to add a flex box. Add that. I want to give this, I want to first of all add another container inside here. And then I want to add something like this gallery you see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I want to click the background, and you can come here and add a slideshow. But the issue is this: with the slideshow, you really can't use a post type, custom post types. So what I prefer to do is to come and search for gallery. You can also use carousel, something of this sort, but you need to add the images individually. So I'll search for gallery or even slider, image carousel. Can we use this? Yes, we can. So what we'll do is this: you see this thing that looks like a server. It's where we can pick up dynamic tags. So I'll click here and I want to search for the dynamic tag for which we used, the gallery tag, which we used here, the gallery meta field rather. So we named it gallery. If I come here, and it's obviously Jet Engine Gallery, and then now we have not yet selected that particular meta field. So I'll click on this thing that looks like a spanner, and it gives me this field. I want to select gallery. So you're going to see our gallery. So that's our gallery, but it's really not looking good. What I want to do now is that I want to select the image resolution, and it should be full. So the full image, and then slides to show should be, let's see, 2. How do we have it here? I think it's 1 slide to show. 1 slide to show. So it's going to show only 1 slide at a time, which means it's showing the entire image. And then now, image stretch. What if I say yes? How does it go? Doesn't really add much. I'll just say no. And then navigation, I'll just see, let's say, an arrow. So we have this arrow here. And then if you could change the arrows icon from here, you come to additional option, autoplay, yes, you see it sliding by itself. But I don't want it to be, I don't want to have this padding here. So I'm going to make this a full width. click on the six dots, come to layout, and I want this to be full width. Not just full width, but I want to remove the gaps. I want the gaps to be 0. So I'm going to make this in here. I'm also going to remove the gaps, and then I'm going to go to advanced. I want to remove the padding. I will do the same for this one. Go to advanced, move the padding. So you see it flushes to the end. Now, if I view this on the front end, see it's too large. So what we can do is that we can reduce the minimum height, and we decide to reduce the minimum height. Since we have it full width, we may not really see the effect here. What if I try to reduce it from here, minimum height? We still don't see the effect because it is full width. So what I can do is, in order for this not to be too large because of the image resolution, I'll make these slides to show 2. So see, we now have it this way. If I come to minimum height, I can remove this. So we are going to have 2 slides to show, and then we come to the style. We come to style. We can change the size here and the position. Then for the images, we can change the spacing. You see, they are too close to each other. So we can give it a custom spacing. And then I want this to be, let's say 10, let's just say 5 pixels. 5 pixels. So you can see it's still sliding. It's sliding. For the sliding arrow icon, I will change this icon, the icon library. I want to use this particular one here, and then I want to use this other one here. It's amazing how Elementor just suggests to us what we need. Then we can give background overlay to this entire section. Come to background, click on the 6 dots, come to style, come to background overlay. Then I can make this a little bit darker. I'm supposed to give this background overlay to this inner container. Pardon me, please. I'm just going to make this transparent. Then if I come here, come to style, background overlay, then and some reason I don't get the background overlay. Let's see. I'll try to give the overlay to gallery itself. Come to style, and then the images. I don't see where to give the background overlay. Anyways, we are going to see to that later on. Now I want to build the rest of the page. You see, we have some information here. What I want to do is I want to add an container. And in this container, I'm going to add an inner container, and then yet another container. And I will duplicate this. Inside here, I want to add the title of this particular property. So you can either add the post title, and it's just going to immediately bring the title of the property. But I don't want to do this because when we make it a multi-vendor website where people come to load their properties, and they don't have access to this particular backend, WP backend, you cannot use this because they will not have access to post title. That is why I gave this title element here. So I'll delete this, and then just going to add a heading. And then for the heading, I want to remove this text. Then I want to also add at least one element here. I want this tag to appear. I'll click on it, and then I'll scroll down. I'll scroll down to Jet Engine custom field. Then the field type is the title. So you see, we still achieved the same thing. What else? I want, we did not add the price, so I'll leave that out. So we have bed, baths. For example, we have number of beds, number of rooms, toilets, and kitchens. So I'm going to add a container and add all of this property. And I'm going to add, we have a container inside here. I want to add another container inside the first container on top. So here I'm going to add text. Or rather, I'm going to add other containers inside here. Duplicate this and duplicate this and duplicate this. Let me see, we have number of rooms, toilets, kitchens. And then I'm going to come to this container. I want to align it to be horizontal. Now, I don't want all of them to be the same. I want this to be, let's say, um, let's say 30. This 30. This 30. Then inside here, I want to add another text. This time is going to be a text editor. And I want this to be the location. I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to scroll down to Jet Engine Custom Field. And then I want to select location. So there we have the location. It's displayed there. In this other field, I want to add an icon box. Icon box. So I'll add this here. And then I'm going to delete text under. So in this one, I want to add information for rooms. So I'm going to search for an icon that has to do with room. I don't know. It's restroom. Let me see. Hotel. Yes. That for rooms. Then this heading is going to be the actual value for the rooms. I'll click on that and I will come and I'll select rooms, number of rooms. That's it. Now, this is what we have. So we can choose to make this to be aligned. Number of rooms 5. And make it centered, of course, horizontal centered. We can make this to be top. I think I'm going to leave it this way. Then now I need to edit for the icon spacing. I want to make it, let it be 5. And I'll edit this for the icon. I want it to be, let's say, gray. I want the size to be maybe 20. Then I want the content. I'm going to change this font to DM Sans. Could have changed it for the entire website, but I'll just change it here. And then this should be 400. Then the size, let's say 15. That's too small. All right. I'll make this to be now gray. Don't know how they did here. Okay, so I'll put this on top instead. I'll put this on top instead. Yes. Then content spacing, I'll remove that. So I'll just duplicate this here. Duplicate this, add it here. Have kitchens. Come to kitchen. Kitchen. Let's look for utensils. Right, I'll use this for kitchen. And want to change the value to be kitchens. Then this should be toilets. Same thing. Toilets. Where do we have toilets? Um, rooms, toilet. That's toilet. Then I want to change the icon to toilet. Could use this. Now change the size of these two. In size of these two. In size of these two. 15. And for this, we can leave this the way it is. And for this, I'll just remove padding the spacing around them. I was supposed to have done this. Move these two. Turn this off. I'll also remove this. And I'm going to edit this to also be DM Sans. Going to be bigger. The text is going to be bigger. Let's say 30. And if I come here, you can see we have all the information. I want to add description here. So I'll come here, and in this container, I want to first of all add text editor, heading rather, then add a text editor. The heading is something static, I'll see what's so special. Then for the text editor, come to dynamic tags, come to custom field, select description. So you see it's populated here. I'll come to typography, DM Sans, and then I want this to be, let's say 14. Still too small. I'll make this 17. Let's see if I make it 300. Then I increase the line height. That. Then I make this DM Sans. This is DM Sans too. I'll copy this. Let me make this color. Copy this style. And I'll remove this padding. Move this padding too. One thing I want to do, I want all the elements in here to be aligned. Same line. I think I have that. No, I'm not saving yet. What else? I want to add a map. This is where you begin to see the power of Crocoblock. I'll just duplicate this container, delete this. I'll say location. For this, I want it to be a little bit smaller. Then I want to look for the map widget. I'll drag this here. Now, for us to dynamically display the map of this particular location, what we need to do is, where you see has this location, this is a static location which comes with the Google Maps widget. So I'm going to click on the dynamic tag icon, come to custom fields, and then just select the location. You see, we have the location here now, 311 Beltram Avenue, all of that. But I feel that there are things we've forgotten. For example, amenities. Amenities. So for amenities, I want us to duplicate this one more time. And then I want us to call this amenities. Copy this style and paste it here. I want us to look for dynamic field. So I'll paste this here. Delete this. So this dynamic field, I want to come and it should be metadata. And the metadata we can look for amenities. Now we need to come down and click on toggle on add filters, value, filter field output, and make sure to select checked values list. That's what you should select, checked values list. And we can select the glossary, which we are pulling this data from, which is amenities. Then you see now each, because I've selected this checkbox for the icon, I'll insert that. And then when you do that, each of these amenities has this icon attached to it. We can go and style this. It should be DM Sans, of course, and can make this 18. I think we can change the number of columns to 3. I change the number of columns to 3, and can also add a divider between them, among them. Then we can center this. We can also, you can go ahead and style this as much as you want. I'll just add this to leave that to the left. Then, the choice is all yours. Style it as much as you want. And increase the padding, you can use the padding. Then, now, this is where we go. I think you can give this a little bit more space, more breathing. Or make this 0 as the margin. Then I'll make this to be 20. What's so special? I'll reduce that. I'll give it the same style as this list style. I'll also give this a top margin of 20. Top margin of 20. And if I should go ahead now, publish this, is going to tell me to add conditions. I'm going to click on add conditions, and I want it to be properties, which is the custom post type we're using. I will save that, and if I preview this on the front end, this is what we see. Mansion at 3 something. And now if we go and look for the other property, which is let's go to properties, it's luxury villa, and if we go to view, see it gives us the same layout. So this is a template we've set, so all properties are going to be displayed this way. You can see this slider, it's beautiful. So this is it for creating single post templates. Got any value out of this video, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, post your comment if you have any. Watch out for the next video in this particular series, this playlist. See you. Peace.